Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are, another great day, another great project for Secure Set. We are actually in a northern suburb of the greater Houston area. This is Rick, he is the owner of the home, and we have an issue of this side of the deck having been washed out for some reason. So, Rick, tell us what's going on.
Good morning. I had the pool put in about 20 years ago. And over the last 20 years, I've slowly had a little bit of settling going on, and there's a little crack that would form. And I kind of put it off, saying I'll worry about it next year and do it the next year. And next thing you know, it's turned into this kind of a 16-foot long area where the actual deck is settled down a little bit. So I needed to go and make the repair. And I've looked at several different options, and that's when I came across Secure Set. And I think it's going to be a perfect solution for me.
In your investigation, in how do you resolve this issue, did you ever have anybody come out, or did somebody ever give you an idea of what this might cost?
Well, I went to several websites, and one of the first things I noticed was there was a finance button on there. And so I knew right away that it wasn't going to be a very cheap fix. And I'm a guy that likes to do my own work. And so I said, well, let's give this a shot. So I did some YouTube investigation, and I came across your website with an actual Ford truck driving on top of a slab after an hour of actually installing the foam. And I said, this is the product I've got to try.
When you went to those contractors, did they give you an estimate about actual dollar value, give or take?
It would have been between $4,500 and $6,500 to fix it. Now, I wouldn't have had to do any of the work, but that takes the fun out of actually doing the project.
Okay, so today this is how we're going to tackle the project. Rick, wonderfully enough, has pre-drilled a number of holes in the deck where we know by visual examination that the voids actually come up to the outside retaining wall for the pool. And so what we're going to do is we're going to fill from the wall out until we get a visual on all the expanding foam. Then we can transfer and lay down and actually shoot the foam underneath the deck. This particular hole, quite large, by probing it, we know that we have a potential channel going from this injection point to this hole. This cavity we're going to address first today. And as I just mentioned, Rick has drilled it at what we consider to be the apex of the void, and I'm going to do the injection here. Rick is going to be laying down using a flashlight to visually check on when the foam starts to advance and fill the hole. When that is finished, then Rick's going to fill the hole from this side using the spray nozzle. So we're really ready to start. So as before, I'm going to change into my work shirt, and at that point we're going to get going. We're ready to get going as we have done in the past. You know, you have to pressurize the lines. Okay, and we always do our test shot. Release the safety, and we are ready to go. We have a nozzle already pre-inserted into this hole. Rick's going to be laying down, and he's going to give us a signal when hopefully we get foam moving from this hole through the voids into the major cavity. The safety's off. We've pressurized and there goes the foam. We have a little bit coming up here. I'm going to try to squeeze that off so we can pressurize that even more.
I can actually hear it, but I don't see it yet. Here we go. We got it coming through.
All right. So we've made our transition in the void from here to the beginnings of filling the major portion of the void, I'm going to put the safety on, and as a precaution, we will remove the nozzle. Fantastic. We'll let that harden up. So Rick's going to be using a nozzle that is a fan, and basically he's just going to fill the hole from the back side to the front, putting on layer and layer of foam, basically making sure he has all the floor, the sides, and the roof of the hole covered. Okay, Rick, safety's off. It's ready to go. Okay. Rick, that's fantastic. Look at that. Okay, pray some just in the middle a little bit. And, okay, back it off a little and we'll let that expand. Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, now to save the integrity of the front of the nozzle here, put that over it, take it off.
Okay.
There it is. Now wipe it clean.
All right.
And I've got this pre-clipped, so we're going to put a little Vaseline right on the surface.
Vaseline right there.
So we did that because we were going to take a little bit of time transitioning to the next areas of repair, and we don't want anything to compromise the end of the little application kit. But what a phenomenal job. Oh my gosh.
That was very easy.
That is great. And really the neat thing is that we know that we got the entire void there because we got product coming through that access port. So on to the next phase of the project. We finished the first section. We're moving on to the major void. Rick's going to be the spotter. I'm going to start on this hole. We believe that these are actually individual cavities, so I'm going to shoot until I get some positive return on the hole. Then I'm going to move to the next one, and so on and so forth. At about here or here, Rick's going to be able to see the product moving from the back wall to the front of the void. I'll do all of these holes along here initially, and then when we have a positive that we've got all these cavities filled, then we're going to transition over to just like what Rick did previously, and we're going to, fill the void. Test shot. Okay, here we go. Safety on. Okay, we're ready to go. There it goes. Okay, we got positive feedback on that. We're going to move to the second hole here. You see anything, Rick?
Not yet.
Okay, I've got feedback. We're going to move to the third one. You see it?
We've got foam.
Fantastic. Tell me when you think it's sufficiently filled to move on. Now remember, in our test that we did previously, we showed that 1 full minute of foam injecting is the equivalent about 1 cubic foot of foam. Okay, I'm getting pushback here. Can we move to the next hole?
It does look like we moved the next one.
Very good. We'll do that. Okay. Now, where the foam is, would you be able to reach it by spraying as well?
Not as easily.
Okay.
In this particular case, yes.
Okay.
A couple holes, no.
Okay.
It's actually starting to spread out horizontally now. Looking good.
Or maybe with a slight extension on the mixer. I mean, on the mixer, we can get it back
Yes.
there. Okay, very good. Tell me when you think we got enough in there.
It's actually still going horizontally, so
That's great.
Here it looks like it's appeared to went 20 inches horizontally.
Oh, fantastic. Now, is it moving towards the edge, or is it moving in line of our drilled holes?
It's moving in line with the holes.
Excellent.
Like the shape of the pool.
Good.
But actually, that looks like it's probably stopped expanding from that point, so it must be going down at this point. I would say there's probably a good 20 inches of horizontal.
All right, so we're going to move to the next hole, which is the final hole drilled. Pull this out. Okay, last drilled hole, and then we're going to move to spraying horizontally. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, safety off. Here we go.
I actually do not see any part of the void where I see the foam.
Wow, it's a big hole. Okay, that hole's done.
Okay.
We're going to remove the nozzle, clean it really well. A little bit of Vaseline. Fantastic. Okay, now we're just going to let that sit in there and harden up. We can pull it out later. Okay, now we're going to fill this whole cavity. Upon additional inspection, we found that there is a cavity that runs to about here. That foam apparently went this way. So this is about maybe an 8-foot stick of pipe. It's running from there to there. So Rick's going to start to fill that, and he's going to make the call, because remember, this is a homeowner project. He's going to make the call, and the way you do it is you fill the void and move the tube 4 or 5 inches. Fill that, move it 4 or 5 inches. Fill that, move it 4 or 5 inches. One of the reasons why is you don't want the tip of the tube getting stuck in hardened high-density foam. We have prepped 2 lengths of tubing, one about 8 foot, another one about 4.5 feet. And so Rick's going to fill these voids with the aid of, obviously, of the flashlight. And because we actually can see into the void, once he starts filling, and he knows that area is full, he's going to pull the tube out a little bit. I may have to go in behind him and grab it so that he can be the observer, and I can walk it out as he directs me to. Say, Doug, another 4 inches, 5 inches, something like that. So we're ready to go. We've done our test shot, just so that you know. Safety off.
Safety off.
Okay, ready to go. Oh, I hear good flow going through there. I'll tell you what, let me grab the nozzle. You be the commander, and I'll be your...
It feels like
Ready?
Yeah. Ready to go.
Tell me what to do.
Okay, stay there just a little bit longer. Okay, go ahead and maybe back it up. About 6 inches. Okay, go back about another 6.
Okay.
About right there. Looking nice. Okay, about another 6 inches. Looking good. Okay. Doing a nice job filling up this hard to grab void area. So if we go back another about 4. I'm amazed you got this much in those 2 little cans. That was one of my big questions is how long is this going to last before I need to get another kit?
Crank open another one.
It's very easy to work with. I'm surprised it's not coming out too quick. I don't feel like I'm in a hurry.
If we can get to the edge, we can get that with a hand spray. So. Yeah. Man, you did the whole thing. That's fantastic. You didn't even have to use the spray nozzle. Fantastic. Okay. Rick, have at it.
Okay, good deal.
final touches along the edge. Perfect.
All right, I believe that's it on that can.
All right, we're gonna
Very nice.
turn the valves off.
Safety is on.
Yep. So what's nice is that, Rick, these are empty. So you can wind back up the hose, put it in there. This goes right in the trash can.
Very nice.
So no worries about disposal. Pretty cool. And 2 down, 1 to go. This is wonderful. I mean,
It's not even been an hour yet. You know how much mixing I would be doing with concrete right now? Wow.
well, and you wouldn't be able to get it into the void.
Wow.
So
Great.
fantastic. So we're going to move everything over to the south side of the pool. We have one more void area to take care of. All right, let's go. Okay, we've moved to the final area that needs to be repaired. It's on the south side of the pool. We have a pretty extensive void here. Rick, tell us what this is. What happened here?
Well, actually, it started eroding a little bit over the years, and same thing on the other side. It had a little washout area, and so I started digging underneath there and found out there was a pretty good sized void right there. And to make sure it was stabilized until we get the foam in there, I went ahead and used a low profile jack to jack it up, make sure it was where I wanted it. And once we get the foam to that location, I'm going to take that out and realize the foam.
When you were jacking it, did you actually improve the level and the profile of the slab?
Yes, in this particular case, you actually heard it pop and make a movement up. So I would say that it probably raised it 3/4 of an inch to an inch.
Fantastic. So we have a better continuity of slope here. So what we're going to do is, this has been pre-attached. We're going to fill this void here. I'm going to create a seal with this paper towel, since this is a pretty good sized hole here. We've got great pressure. Oh, by the way, we are on kit number 2. We finished the first kit, so this is kit number 2. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm looking good here.
Are you ready to go? Okay, tell us when you first start to see the foam, obviously,
Okay.
and then here we go.
Actually, I see foam now.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Wow. It's filling that void horizontally very well.
Tell me when you think we want to transition to shooting it in from the side.
Okay. It's actually still growing. It's growing
Okay,
about 8 inches right now.
okay, now we have about a 4.5, 5-foot probe. You don't want that big bubble to get too big underneath there.
Okay, I'd say about right there then.
All right, let's do it. Okay, we're going to leave that as is, and we will transition over to our next tube. Have at it, Rick.
All right, very good. Get this in. All right.
Yeah. Oh, I can see it coming back up. That's great. Okay. You be the guy. Just tell me what to do. Okay, I got it.
All right.
No, I'm fine.
Getting very close to being done with, close to the spray nozzle.
Okay. There we go. Yep. Safety's on.
Safety's on, okay?
All right, and have at it. I'll just do a few shots into the box.
There you go. Do this quick pop, hopefully.
Okay.
That'll be it.
Since we're going to have product left over in these tanks, we're going to pay close attention now to cleaning up the end of the gun. This product will last about 30 to 45 days, and then you can use it on a secondary project. What happens over time is that the product in the hoses tends to solidify, so give yourself about a 30-day window for finishing up whatever's left in the bottles.
Very good.
And then a nice
Little dab.
liver coating of Push it way deep in there. Make sure no air gets in there.
Easy.
Right there. So we've protected the tool very well. Last thing to do is to close the valves on the tanks.
Unbelievable.
We're done.
I can't believe it. I was getting ready to put 80 bags of 80-pound concrete back here to actually start filling this up. I wouldn't be done for a week. It's amazing.
We're done.
This is great stuff.
This is wonderful. Great job on that. Look at that. Remember, Rick, homeowner, you can do this.
Definitely.
All these issues that you have now, Rick was really well prepared. He knew his problem. He had drilled the holes, and that gave us the opportunity to move quickly to the repair end. But once that preliminary work was done, this aspect of fixing the actual voids took about an hour and a half.
Actually, max.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
All I can say is don't be worried about doing it. I was a little nervous at first starting it, didn't know what I was going to get into. I'm so happy I did now. It's awesome. I'm excited.
Well, it's a long way from $4,500 to $6,500, isn't it?
Big time. And that makes the wife happy, so everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. Well, everybody, thank you so much. And again, for all you homeowners that have these issues, pools, sidewalks, RV slabs, anything that you can do to basically get the foam underneath the slab, you can fix it. So, Rick, great day, and another great day for Secure Set. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Doug.
You're welcome. All right, cool.